Right. Thank you. Okay. थैंक यू सो मच सीता रानी, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है हमारे इस पॉडकास्ट एपिसोड में जिसका नाम है सुरक्षित ऑफिस वापसी। दिल से बेहद शुक्रिया।
Thank you so much, Diksha. Thank you for having me.
All right, सीता, चलिए हमें ये बताइए कि अभी के सिचुएशन में क्या हालात है when we talk about post vaccination and post COVID. What's the current situation according to in your opinion? Over to you, Seetha.
From a workplace standpoint, from a work standpoint, Diksha,
Yes.
Yes, I think it's, all of us know this has been quite a hard year last year. And now also, with the vaccinations coming and slightly getting better. But yes, we have a way to go to cover that up. People are still coping with things. And then a lot of other things as fallout are happening, right? There are other waves expected. And then there are a lot of other coping mechanisms, right? So I would think that there's no one answer for any industry or any kind of a business for that, right? So, everyone is like quickly thinking on their feet, trying to, look at what are their priorities. First one is definitely a safety aspect, right? So most large companies are working towards having their employees vaccinated, even their families vaccinated. Wherever possible, they're even, leveraging their facilities and their existing infrastructure to enable that, right? So first thing is definitely safety, to make sure the employees and employees' families are taken care. So next thing would be to just see, are we in a position to provide the kind of priority lab infrastructure and other things that are really required to make sure that the customers' priorities are addressed, right? It's always the customer first. So every business exists because of the customer, right? So if that critical need is needed, is addressed, I think that will be the first thing. How do we make sure that critical projects, programs are run? The rest all, there are hybrid ways of doing things. So I'll just pause here to see, what are some of your thoughts, and then we can take it from there.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I would like to congratulate you. You are a fantastic, amazing, great speaker. I have here. Amazing. The way you speak, the way you bring out the points, the way you articulate is bingo. It's amazing. So.
Thanks, Disha. I'm just having a very open-minded and top-of-mind discussion. So, and I'm happy to talk. I'm here to enjoy the conversation.
Lovely. I am enjoying, totally resonating with each and every point that you spoke. Yes, you said very correctly that customers से ही business है. तो customer है तो हमें सबसे ज़्यादा priority अपने customer और employees को ही देनी है. Wonderful said. तो yes, vaccination is important, but आपके राय में सीधा क्या है? मतलब vaccination हो गया है. There are a lot of people who have kids at home. Say, for example, Diksha don't want to come at workplace. I asked Seetha, hey, can you do something for me? I got 2 vaccinations, but I still apprehension hai mere man mein ki I don't want to come to office for XYZ reasons. So please let me know 2 situations where people have kids and people don't have kids. Both situations mein, what's your take if you want people to come back to office and work? What's your take on it, Seetha? Over to you.
Yeah, wonderful. Yes, absolutely. So I'll say 2 things. Okay, one is when you're talking about coming back to work, one is because it's the pandemic situation and the impacts of that. People have hesitations based on that. But let me go back to what it was earlier, right? Even before pandemic, people spoke about work-life balance. Right, those issues always existed, and people, the industry, there was always a talk. There are companies who've gone full-time work from home, and some have scaled back, some have hybrid, some are like highly face-time companies, right? Always the combination existed. So in today's world, what has happened? One is, because of the pandemic, people have learned how to adapt to that and have shown results that way. So there's already certain established data that people have that they work with, right? They've given productivity gains, efficiency, etc. And there are also other things that we miss, the cultural part, the high touch and all of that. So there is a balance at this point in time. There's more evidence of both sides, right? So I would say, if in both scenarios, whether they have kids or whatever, irrespective of whether they have kids or any other family, there could be ailing members, there could be many personal reasons, right? Irrespective of the situation, I would think mostly the focus should be on the outcome, right? Whatever the nature of work, if the outcome is established, right? By way of collaborative tools or, various methods companies use, right? It could be Zoom, it could be Teams, or any IT infrastructure that is enabling that. End of the day, if the employee is able to deliver the outcomes that we're looking at, then I think that kind of a flexibility needs to work. But having said, I think the employee would also understand that there's goodness in the interaction. It's not like they would like to be totally isolated. So the more and more I interact with employees, even leaders or at any level, right? There's more and more acceptance and cognizance that there's goodness in both. So there are people who wanting to come back, feel the energy, especially innovation, right? When there's innovation that is needed to solve complex problems, people need to just, that energy exchange between human beings. I mean, end of the day, we're all social animals, right? You cannot replace it no matter what. Okay. One simple example is like, we all have friends. We are in touch with them on WhatsApp, video calls, various ways. I mean, we feel connected, although they're in different parts of the world. But it's not the same as hanging out with them, right? We'd love to hang out with our people. So that definitely there is a merit in that. So I would say today, I think most companies are supportive, whether they have kids or not. I mean, that's not the criteria. It's more about the outcome and the best way of collaborating to get an end result. I would put it that way.
Great, Seetha. I love the point when you said collaboration is the king. So कुछ भी situation हो, कुछ भी तरीके का situation हो, हमें collaboration से ध्यान देना है, और employees हो या customer हो, we make sure that they are satisfied end of the day. So that's the most important aspect where people should look upon. Wonderful. Going forward, Seetha, what do you think? Like most of the speakers, when I talk about, they said ki we can work from Himachal as well, even though there are satellite connectivity. We can work from Himachal. कहीं से भी बैठ के काम कर लेंगे. We just need a laptop. But आपकी राय में क्या है जब हम घर से काम करते हैं तो गैस की सीटी बजती है, फोन आता है, there are a lot of distractions which is not in our hands, right? We cannot do anything. So यहाँ पे distractions, आप अगर हमारे ऑडियंस को या दर्शकों को बताना चाहें कि इस डिस्ट्रैक्शंस को हम कैसे मैनेज करें अपने लेवल पे, और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन उसे कैसे कंपैशनेटली ले, और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एम्प्लॉयज को कैसे सपोर्ट करे व्हेन दे आर वर्किंग फार फ्रॉम देयर वर्कप्लेस. ओवर टू यू सीता, व्हाट्स योर टेक ऑन इट?
Absolutely, absolutely. I would just say, I think you would hear this as a buzzword everywhere, right? We talk about mindfulness. I would just try to say that's what comes to my mind first, because now you're juggling two things in one place, right? If you're working from home, right? You're juggling two things in one, more than two things, right? There could be even an external environment, not just your family and your household, right? There are much more. So you're juggling way too many things than before. So the thing that comes to you is being present in the moment, right? Some things that I do, I shut the door, and it's very difficult. I do have a child as well, right? So she will butt in, she'll want to talk about her homework. There would be situations like that. So it's about being present in the moment. If I know that 1 hour I will have to focus on this deliverable that I have to come up with my own. It's totally individualistic, I would say, right? I'm in charge of, my surroundings, my deliverables, all of that. So it's about cracking that code for yourself. It could be like shutting off or keeping away your phones for 90 minutes. Say 90 minutes, I'm going to do this priority job. I'm not going to answer anything, right? So you have to come up with your own mechanism that way. And then practicing that mindfulness here and now. Here, here I am doing this. And then, if you do, alter your calendars in such a way that you are having pockets of timing, that you step out of the room, you go into a garden, you go into around surroundings, deal with things. Sometimes that's also P1, priority one, right? Something could be happening, your child could have fallen. There was a snake in my garden the other day, right? So there could be situations like that where you're expected, you're in a meeting, but you were expected. I think people do understand, right? So it's just about coming up with that, choosing what is the right thing in that moment. So I would say we just need to practice or build in that mindfulness exercises that we need to do probably. That's one tool that I can suggest.
Wonderful, Seetha. Wo snake ka kya hua? What happened to that?
You really want to know?
Yeah, I do.
By now, I've really learned how to catch snakes as well. There's a small little apparatus.
Yes.
We've created that. So we kept that, and then I orchestrated in such a way that the snake goes into that, and then we take it, and then I send it to my security. They'll release it outside in the green. Yeah.
Super. I think हम लोग काफी कुछ नया भी सीख रहे हैं, जैसे आई डोंट नो रैट और स्नेक कैसे पकड़ते हैं, बट आपसे डेफिनेटली सीखने को मिलेगा हाउ टू डू दैट. आई थिंक दैट्स अमेजिंग व्हेन यू सेड प्रायोरिटाइज. अच्छा सीता, इसी से एक प्रश्न है जो आई एम श्योर लोगों के मन में भी होगा कि हम प्रायोरिटाइज, देखिए मैंने फोन को तो बंद कर दिया कि ठीक है दीक्षा हैव टू डू दिस वर्क, उन्होंने फोन को ऑफ कर दिया, बट 1.5 साल की जर्नी में हम जब घर से काम कर रहे हैं तो हमारे अंदर आ गया थोड़ा सा ना व्हाट्सएप चेक कर लेता हूँ, थोड़ा इंस्टाग्राम चेक कर लेता हूँ, and there is a lot of glued into the screen, right? अरे यार आज किसका रील बाहर आया, प्रियंका चोपड़ा का है, मतलब there's a lot of things happening, and when we there on the Instagram reels, we don't know what's the time, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1.5 hours. So Seetha, what's your take on it? How we manage our screen time basis of this कि हमें productivity भी रखना है, हमें घर में भी time देना है, तो इस पे थोड़ा अगर आप हमें बताएं, because brain is wired, जैसे हम सो के उठते हैं we look at the phone, what's a notification, so यहाँ पे discipline कैसे रखें? Over to you, Seetha. Yeah.
You already said it. It is discipline. Okay, now that we're speaking, my phone is right here. Okay, so it is. I mean, it is really tempting. It's just that how you wired. My thing to this would be awareness is the key, right? The moment you're aware that this is happening, too many times you're lifting your phone, or you're just and even all those apps that are built in that tells you what's your screen time, etc. I think we should use that data analytics to see, hey, how long have I been doing this, right? So awareness is the key. The moment you get to know, you have to craft something around it. You have to. Having said that, it's not easy, Diksha, right? There are so many apps, so many different things, so many newer ways of collaborating with people, engaging with people. It's extremely distracting. That digital detox is something that once in a while I think all of us would need. We should bake that into our schedule as well.
I think yes, awesome, Seetha. I think lovely. Digital detoxification. I think this is the first time we are talking about this in last 30 episodes. Bingo on, yeah, bingo on that. People should know. Okay, to all people who are listening, Seetha ji ने बिल्कुल सही प्रकार से हमें बताया कि किस तरीके से आप फोन में भी एनालिटिक्स चेक कर सकते हैं, तो प्लीज डू इट बिकॉज शी इज कंसर्न, आई एम कंसर्न अबाउट यू, सो प्लीज डू दैट. All right, Seetha, let's go forward to another question. What do you think is the future of work? आपके नजरिए में future of work आपके ओपिनियन में क्या है? क्या हम लोग सीधे सोच सकते हैं कि सारा कुछ हाइब्रिड होने वाला है next 3 years or maybe 4 years, या हम लोग ये थोड़ा बहुत अनुमान लगा सकते हैं कि नहीं, we can go back to office with a little bit of occupancy, but yes, go back to office is kind of something going to be real after vaccination. So what's your take on it? We would love to hear that. Over to you, Seetha.
Okay, so my take definitely is a midway. Yeah, because I don't think any of the industries, except for some are they're like really the front enders, we are in a position to say that we can be fully remote, right? I don't think. I think the majority of the sectors or businesses would not be in a position to say we can be fully remote, except for a few companies maybe. On the other hand, are we ready to say we are fully back? I don't think so. I mean, from what I am seeing, experiencing, noticing, observing, reading the data, etc., right? I would say, I mean, it's safer now to assume that it's going to be a hybrid model. It's going to be a hybrid model because there's already, like I said, it's already an established way of doing, right? We know the goodness of going to work and we know the goodness of working from. So I think, and there's also large facilities that have been invested in, keeping in mind the company, what do you call the intent of the company? It could be it could be an SEC company, for instance. It is crafted around all that. It's all built around that premise. Keeping that premise is how we've set up our work, our culture, ways of engaging, and all of that. So if you want to retain some of those aspects, we have to have both. So I would definitely say hybrid would be the way.
Well said, Seetha. Yes, hybrid would be a way, but definitely I think adaptation होना चाहिए. जैसे आपने सही बताया, हर एक sector अपने तरीके से adapt कर सकता है. अगर remote की ज़रूरत नहीं है, I mean अगर physical presence की ज़रूरत नहीं है, तो they can work from home and they can work from any other sector as per the scenario or the procedures. इस शो के लास्ट प्रश्न की तरफ बढ़ते हैं, जहां पे हम सभी गेस्ट से निवेदन करते हैं, रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि प्लीज हमारे दर्शकों को कुछ मोटिवेशनल मैसेज दें, क्योंकि हमने 1.5 साल इस कहना भी बुरा होगा कि इस परेशानी में गुजारा है। लास्ट अप्रैल मई जून हमारे लिए काफी दुखद था। हमने काफी अपने को खोया है, वरना हमने देखा है काफी कुछ जो हमने फर्स्ट वेव में नहीं देखा था, विच इज वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट। बट यहाँ से हमें सीख मिलती है कि जिंदगी का नाम खत्म नहीं, जिंदगी का नाम है चलते रहना। तो सीता, आप अगर हमें बता पाए कि व्हाट्स द लास्ट मैसेज टू ऑल द ऑडियंस, सो दैट वो एकदम जोश से भरपूर हो और फिर वापस आने का हौसला दिखा पाए। ओवर टू यू।
Absolutely. I think the word would be flexibility. When I say flexibility, it's not around the work thing that we just now spoke. It's about flexibility is the future. Now, I'm talking about mind, the agility of mind, right? Mind, body, and I would go one step ahead and say soul as well, right? So I would say it's about we, building ourselves, molding ourselves to be agile. When we say being agile, even in our mind, right? We are trying to navigate a lot of obstacles right now, right? In personal level, work level, business level, various other way. We are trying to navigate this. So our ability should be to be able to quickly navigate and overcome some obstacles to meet our desired goals. So number one is please continue your efforts to, build that mental agility, right? And physically as well, if you're constrained being in a location, being there, you should be able to get to some wellness practices, etc., even fitness, right? That's again an agility. And when it comes to soul, again, not anything spiritual, but it's, the faster you have the higher your agility, the faster your energy gets replenished. Okay, that's been my experience, that's been my learning. So I would say everything boils down to energies. So all of us have limited energies in a day, right? So how we use it depends on, it all depends on what what we are able to create with that energy. So I would say body, mind, and soul, build agility. That's what would help you in the coming days.
Superb, Seetha. I think you summarized it beautifully. But I think one more thing should add is digital detoxification. वो बहुत जरूरी है। मैंने आपके इस पूरे सेशन से वो तो सीख लिया। So digital detoxification जरूर करें। और सीता जी ने हमें जो बात बताई है, which is खुद पे काम करें, एजिलिटी और एनर्जी को रखें और फिटनेस कभी ना भूले। तो प्लीज do a lot of exercises, yoga, meditation, whatever, so that you can contact Seetha ji for more mantra. We'll do a session on that as well. But thank you so much, Seetha ji. आपने बहुत अच्छी बातें बताई. Digital detoxification, I'm telling you once again, is the first and foremost introduction in this particular episode. You brought that keyword, so thank you so much for that. We should learn how to do it. Thank you for your time.
Happy to have brought in a new point. Thank you so much, Diksha. Thanks for the opportunity. I've thoroughly enjoyed talking to you today.
Thank you, Seetha.
Thanks to all the viewers as well for the opportunity. Bye-bye.